Hello! This is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie. There is no news. There's no
There's no
news.
news.
Now, I looked for news. You know what I saw? I saw Attack on Titan celebrates 10-year anniversary, and
Well, that's...
I just power washed it out of my brain.
I do not see it. I am looking away.
I cannot confront any of the words in that headline. But you know what we do have is we have anime to talk about. So introduce yourselves and we'll get to it.
Yep.
I'm Blackall. I was in stasis for the last week. It was like a pause. So
Cool.
from my subjective experience, last week was just an instant away.
Okay,
Mhm.
So you just didn't experience a week there. That's
Just
fine.
another day in the torment, Nexus.
Hello, I'm Joey, and I actually quite did experience this
Yeah.
week very hard.
Yeah, Blackall, we're just
watched-
going to tell you about shows we watched.
Cool.
I've watched probably close to 20 episodes of anime this week. Obviously, I rewatched a couple of classics. I watched more. I have been rewatching Kaiji. I've been rewatching Trigun.
I keep stumbling on you watching Kaiji, and it's
'Cause I
like
keep-
it's like illicit, like you're doing it in secret, but you're just in a
I'm not
in a
even-
call somewhere
I'm just
streaming
in a call,
it
just streaming
by
it. and people,
yourself.
it's like someone walks in the room and they peer over my shoulder, and he's just there, and you're
They
just,
just-
like, oh.
They just Grandpa Simpson out of the
But yeah, we've also been catching back up on Evangelion.
I've been working hard to expose JoJo to Evangelion.
He's been getting me there.
We're past the previous die-off point. So
Yes, we hit episode 14, which is more than halfway through now. So whoop woo. And we've started watching also I finished My Dress Up Darling, which was very good.
I gotta commentate on that because it's a very funny episode to stop on because half of it's like a recap and the other half is just Gendo complaining about Seal.
Yeah, it was really good.
He's just like he turns off the monitors and he's just like, these fucking pricks.
Yeah. Oh man, it was very silly. But yeah, do you want to talk about the new one we watched?
So yeah, we with some other friends, we did a cultural exchange of old favorites. We were exposing them to Old Trigun, which is
Yes.
an experience to hit like 10 years after the last time I watched it.
It's a good time.
Because like the first 5 episodes are just like nonsense.
Yeah, they didn't know what they were doing with those first ones. It's almost like 4 or 5 episodes of filler right at the beginning, and then it starts getting towards the meat a little bit more.
Yeah. But what they brought to the table was something I'd been interested in for a while. And as soon as I said I was interested, they were like, "Let's watch it right now."
Yes.
Was the old anime Monster
from
which is
2004.
from 2004, and I think the manga is like from the 90s. That show is good. I think it's good.
It.
It's got a great OP. But the first couple of episodes, it feels like if you didn't know there was a serial killer involved, it could just be like a Kafka-esque story of misery about this surgeon being slowly disgraced for doing the right thing. Just like, why do they keep tormenting this poor Japanese man?
He doesn't have a good time in this show, and I don't think it's going to get any better for him. I don't think it's what's his name?
Tenma.
Tenma.
But I think I keep making the joke about once every episode where it's just like, and this is the point where you should say, you know what? Fuck this place. I'm going back to Japan. I hate Germans. I hate Czechoslovakian people. Europe is shit.
It's very funny.
But
yeah, there's a little murder boy there.
Yeah, there's a terrible murder man, and we've heard it's going to play out like The Fugitive, so I'm excited.
Yes,
I don't know.
Love The Fugitive.
I will be real. I don't know if we'll finish it with these friends because it is 72 episodes
so
long.
It's so long, y'all. But yeah, that show. Check it out.
And we already have difficulty organizing D&D with these folks.
Yeah, like it's a lot of conflicting schedules.
So, so yeah, that's anime. I've also incidentally been catching up on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
You
It's
gotta.
it's getting good. Poochie got eaten by a baby.
He did.
um, a bunch of plankton died. It was very
It
sad.
was very sad. Very fucking sad.
um, but yeah. So Jojo, you reached into your backlog and found something for us. What is it?
No, oh, no. I'm not picking. The coin will
You're
decide.
fate
Oh
will
dear.
decide.
Fate will decide. I will say that one of them is likely very good, and one of them's probably at least mid. So, no shit today. Sorry. As far as I know. I could be wrong.
I don't know. We could always interpret it wrong.
Yeah. I'm
Anyway,
the
flip
honest
the
to
coin.
interpret things in the most like.
I don't have a coin.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll spin the wheel, Raggedy Man.
You do it. I've got the. I know which one is which. So just
Tails.
okay. Looks like we're gonna be watching Mononoke.
Oh, the medicine seller. Okay.
Yes, I've
The
been
guy.
wanting to see it.
I think one of the guys in that. No, that was the guy from the movie they're gonna make. Is now no longer in that movie because he's been fucking around on his wife. Whatever. Let's watch the show.
Ooh, here we go.
Man, the nativity is different from what I remember. It wasn't like that in Bible school.
No.
There's a lot more
Wow.
demons in this one.
Yeah.
You don't know that there weren't demons. Anyhow,
There was probably demons.
this felt like an episode we should have watched at Halloween. But
Who
I didn't
brings
know.
gold to an infant's birth?
I mean, it's better than the person that brought death spices. Anyhow,
Murder.
this is a show that we watched.
I'm gonna read this blurb because I haven't done it in a while. The medicine seller is a deadly and mysterious master of the occult who travels across feudal Japan in search of malevolent spirits called Mononoke to slay. When he locates one of these spirits, he cannot simply kill it. He must first learn its form, its truth, and its reason in order to wield the mighty exorcism sword and fight against it. He must begin his strange exorcisms with intense psychological analysis and careful investigative work, an extremely dangerous step, as he must first confront and learn about the Mononoke before he has the means to defeat it. The medicine seller's journey leads him to an old-fashioned inn where Shino, a pregnant woman, has finally found a place to rest. The owner has reluctantly placed her in the last vacant room. However, as she settles in, it quickly becomes clear that the room is infested by a lethal band of Mononoke, the Zashiki Warashi. With his hunter's intuition, the medicine seller begins at his investigation to discover the form, truth, and reason before the Zazishi Warashi can kill again.
Almost like a
Zashiki.
The Zazuzi Bazubi. This this show is so scary.
So yeah, we'll get into a short rundown, so that we can get to what we really want to talk about. But so yeah, we open on an old inn in I assume Edo, maybe somewhere else, where they're about to close up for the night when a medicine seller arrives. And they initially wave him off. They say, "No, we don't want any. You're going to scare away the customers standing around out there." And he says, No, I would like a room. So they set him up in the last vacant room. And while he and the old woman who owns the inn discuss the place's history, and
He's trying to show her his wares as well.
his bitter Chinese medicines. a pregnant blonde woman comes from outside. We initially find her on a bridge in the rain, where she determines that if she stays out in the rain any longer, she might well die, and take her infant child with her.
Yeah, she is patting her very, very round belly.
She is extremely pregnant, but she is attempting to negotiate entry into the inn, despite the fact that all of the vacancies are full up. With just a very odd looking man.
Yeah,
I was initially trying to decide whether he was a stereotype or not. I don't think he is. I think he's just a weird looking motherfucker.
yeah,
Weird
no, I
guy.
think it's just the art style, but
Um, but yeah, and he's trying to explain to her that there's simply no room, even though she is very pregnant, and he does feel very bad about it. Until the old woman finally comes down and says, "Why don't you just throw her out already? We don't
yeah.
want any trouble." Because she's claiming that if she's found, she'll be killed, and she has to hide. Please, won't you find a room for us? And if you don't, they'll find they'll find my dead body on your doorstep, and that'll be great for business.
Yeah, they're gonna find my corpse and they're gonna your reputation's gonna go down, baby.
um, and she finally cajoles them into. She's like, "All right, fine. Put her in the attic room." And he says, "Really, the attic room?" It's just like, "It can't be helped. She got to deny." um, so yeah, uh, the owner sends I guess the bellhop, we'll call him the bellhop, the boy, to go get a bed for her while she leads her up there, leading to a walk through a seemingly infinite and terrifying hotel.
It's
Right? It's
not
like the
great.
fucking
It's
Hilbert
like,
Hotel over here.
yeah.
It's so confusing, like how far they've gone up or how long they've been on these stairs.
I think that's like supposed to
Mhm.
be from the lady's point of view, like this is how she feels going up these stairs. She keeps looking over and seeing like those little like nesting
There's
dolls
little,
on the floor.
yeah. There's little. I don't know if they're darumas or what, but they're little wooden dolls.
Mhm.
Um, and it seems to be clear that she's really the only one seeing them.
Yes.
Um, and she has to stop every few minutes because she's pregnant, and these are a lot of stairs. Um, but yeah, they have a long conversation about how she's determined and how maybe she's just determined out of spite to have this child. And she's like,
Mhm.
"No, I just want to raise my boy."
I just want to have
It's
a
just like,
baby.
well, I would never do something. I never had the opportunity to do something so irresponsible. It brings someone into this world without food or security. I'm just like, on one hand, you're kind of a bitch, but you're also a little bit right.
Mhm.
um, um, until they come to the attic room. And I figured that they would just be like, "Oh, the attic room is haunted and fucked up, and we can't put guests there." This is only partially true because the attic room is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
It's
It is
incredible.
also very fucked up and haunted.
It is
Um,
extremely haunted, but not fucked up. um,
it's beautiful.
it's got
Got like
just
murals of fat
uh,
puppies on the ceiling and
yeah.
like
There's a whole fucking accent wall given to like Amitabha Buddha or something.
yeah, it's gorgeous. It looks amazing.
It looks like It looks like somewhere that you would like meet with heads of state.
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
dining room for one thing. Um, and the old woman lights up a fire uh, and says, "I'll your bed will be here soon." Oh yeah, I have to make you some rice because she requested food. Uh,
She's hungry. Her baby's
she,
hungry.
she and the baby is hungry, uh, and also just hearing children just in the rooms
Yeah.
below. Just a stampede of them.
Yeah.
On the old way down, she runs into the medicine seller, who is just below, sitting on just like a beautiful like chase lounge.
She's
That's
like,
just.
"What are you doing?"
You ever notice? Okay, this is a weird aside. You ever notice in like rich people's houses and like fancy hotels and shit that they'll just have sitting furniture just in
Yes.
hallways,
They just have
where
Yeah.
it's like
like And the only thing I can get at is just like, is this house so big that you need a rest? Going from room to room?
He
Yeah.
did say he got lost on the way to the bathroom.
He said he got
He's like,
lost on the way to the John, which is a lie. But
yeah, he was doing
he's
medicine man shit.
he's leaving these talismans stuck to the wall with little eyes on them. Because he's a snoop.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving back, we go back to the lady. She's very cold up there and also hallucinating.
Yeah.
A little gremlin is there.
She sees the Daruma, and again, and she says, "Where do these keep coming from?" And she hears from the other side of the room. It's just like, "Give that back! Give it 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 back!" She takes so long to look at him and then look back to the thing and then look at it
Yeah.
while he's just chanting, "Give it back."
Yeah.
Mhm.
The way her eyes just like shake.
Um, and yeah, he's a little goblin boy, just wearing just like a loincloth, which if you notice, the cloth part of it is actually much too long, and it extends all the way across the room to under her,
Yes, which
and
is
is
very
red.
scary.
Um, and she says, "Oh, is this yours?" She's like, "Yeah," and he gives it back to her. He's just like, "Hey, let's go over there." And it's just like, "I'm afraid that's not. Wait, why did the door open?" And he's
The
gone.
child has disappeared.
That's how you get scranked.
This is how this is the process of getting spranked. So yeah, we fade away for a bit. The medicine seller is just snooping around more. He's as soon as she goes to sleep, the sounds of the inn's other customers seem to come back, talking in their rooms. And the weird guy at the counter says, "Whoop, it's time to close this place up." You know, she could have just stayed in my room. It would have been fine. So what's the next scene? Is the next scene her just being woken from her slumber?
Yes, by
So
someone who's here.
yeah, the door is open again, and this strikes out at like weird, like primal fear in me. Is the idea of being woken up by a door opening and opening your eyes to see it open and not see what caused it to be open.
Mhm.
So you just lay there frozen for a while.
Mhm.
But what's opened it is a very real threat, as apparently there is a hitman in this room with her.
Yep, he's here to kill.
He would fit the definition of ninja, uh, despite not looking like a ninja. um, but yeah, he's just a hard ass old samurai looking guy. He's just like, "I'm sorry, lady, but you gotta die."
Yeah.
It's just like it would be inconvenient for the master and lady if your son came back to claim his birthright.
Mhm.
And what proceeds from that is a really harrowing scene of somebody just earnestly begging for their life.
This whole like next couple of scenes are just horrific. They're just really they're a lot.
Because yeah, she scrambles out of the corner of the room and he gets ready to just skewer her.
Mhm.
But he never gets the opportunity because there's a sickening crack, and we spin around the room. It loves to do this. It loves to do four shot and then sequential shot from the next wall.
Mhm.
As we spin around this guy and realize that his feet have continued to point in the same direction he originally was facing.
Yeah.
He has been very neatly twisted like a pretzel.
Yeah, there is a disgusting like popping noise that goes along this.
God,
It's
it
like
sounds like his bones are just like exploding like popcorn.
And then like a Black Mesa scientist, he is drawn up into the ceiling.
yeah, he clips through it. He
Yeah.
does.
Help me, Gordon.
Wow.
But
Clanging sounds.
but yeah, he's we don't see him again. Well, we don't really see most of him again. We can
We
see
see
his
his
feet.
feet.
And
His
he is
good
very
feet.
clearly twisted up in like the chandelier.
It's not good.
Because the next scene we encounter is, well, these screams reverberate through the whole inn, so everybody knows. And whenever the innkeeper and her crony arrive, they find the medicine seller is already there, standing on the table, examining the man's feet.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, "Oh God, did you do this? How did you do this? What the fuck?"
He's like,
He's
of course I didn't
It's
do
like, of
this.
course I didn't do this. And just like they're just like, okay, run to the castle. It's just like that won't be necessary. It's just like only criminals don't want you to alert the authorities. It must be you. And the lady pipes up and says, it wasn't him. He was drawn up and spun around and around and around. And it does the shots again
It does it.
around her for emphasis.
Mm-hmm.
And then shit gets real in there because because they see the Daruma again, and they go, "What the hell? Where the hell did that come from?" And it's just like there was a child here to get it. It's like none of our guests have children. It's just like, what do you mean? There's There's the sounds of children over there and above us, and it's like this is the top floor. uh, and it very quickly becomes clear that this room is haunted as fuck.
It's
Uh,
so haunted.
and the medicine seller must intervene. So he does a cool thing. He just does a cool thing. He just throws a bunch of talismans and divides the room so they can't get past. And all their little red like cloths snap back.
Mm-hmm.
And his case comes open because he was carrying around a case the whole time, and it's got a ridiculous little sword in it.
It's so cute.
And they go, why does a medicine seller need a ridiculous little sword? He's
To
just like
kill.
I'm here to kill the Mononoke. He leaves like a
Mm-hmm.
pregnant pause in there for no reason.
Yes, it is very funny.
I think he's a little. I think he lives for the drama a little
I
bit.
agree. I agree. Just look at that makeup. You.
He has to. He either had that tattooed on or has to put it on every morning.
Mm-hmm. I believe
um,
the second one. I'm just gonna believe that.
So yeah, it opens up, and he deduces that this is Zashiki Warashi. I don't know what that means. I know Warashi usually means something bad. Um,
This is bad.
it's usually like bad luck, but uh, if I'm remembering correctly, I may not be. Um, but yeah, he lays it out. It's just like I need. This is the sort of exorcism, and to draw it, I need to know the truth, the regret, and the form. And he already knows the form, so he needs them to tell him the rest of the story, so that he can so he can stab a ghost. And that's where we leave because it's a to be continued, the two-parter
Mhm.
they open on.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do we think about this show?
This
Pretty
show
sparse
rocks.
as far as like events occur, but like I found it to be one of the most aesthetically interesting shows we've seen in a while.
It's so stylish.
It's
It weirdly
absolutely-
reminds me of like the 90s.
Mm-hmm. And they don't animate that much, but what
it's
they
like not a problem because they pack every like inch with like just lots of little details.
it's because they're setting the scene so well that they don't need to animate much at all.
But I mean, obviously, it is a stylization thing.
It all looks like old woodcut prints, and
Yes.
the whole show has like a texture on it
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
of like paper.
I love when a show has texture.
I love when a show has a texture.
Mm-hmm.
This one's got a bunch of them.
Yes. um, I really like our funny little main character guy.
He's
He's
so weird.
mysterious.
He's a weird asshole.
He's got like elf ears. Did you all
He's-
notice that?
He has elf ears like the JoJo lawyer.
Yeah.
Stop
Unexplained.
it. I actually had a friend cosplay this character. They did a great job.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like the tone they're achieving as well. It's not all visual flourish. There,
Mm-hmm.
the acting and writing, as it were, really reinforce its really spooky, disorienting mood.
Yes, they did a really good job of setting the mood, in my opinion.
For some reason, the voice acting kind of reminds me of like Silent Hill 2 to a certain degree, but not as extreme.
I could see that.
But it does feel, it feels a little dreamlike.
It does. It does. It
Mhm.
does. It does. It does. I liked every single time. The lady would say something like else in addition to her story. The little bellhop guy would go, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just like it's like you're out in the rain and you're pregnant and being chased by
They're
ninjas.
gonna kill you.
Eh? Nani?
Nani?
That guy was putting in the work.
Mhm.
But
But
yeah,
yeah, this show grabbed me with its first rotation shot
that
because
too.
Yeah, that was so good.
even without the artwork, really, like it could all be drawn in crayon,
Hmm.
but the actual direction is what brings that
Yes,
together.
correct. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Literally several times while watching this, I was like, "What the fuck?" Which I think
What is
is what's
going
supposed to.
on?
I think that's
What
the
is going on?
intention, perhaps.
It was really good. Especially I especially like the scene where they were climbing the stairs because it looked like it went on for an eternity.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
um,
Which they, yeah. Um, Also, did it feel like that episode went by really fast?
I
uh,
thought it was pretty slow,
Oh,
personally,
really?
but
I had
I
the
liked
opposite
it.
experience.
I thought it was just right. Um,
I mean,
Um,
I'm not saying fast derogatory, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like
mhm.
I was hooked.
Yeah,
but yeah. So I guess we like that show.
We liked it. What else
Uh,
is there to
will
say?
you watch some more?
I would watch more of this. I would probably watch all of this cuz it's not very long
Yeah,
and
there's like 12 episodes.
I do like a short anime. I'm like, I could just 12 episodes. I could just gobble that right up in a couple of days.
Shumenchi.
Hmm.
My anime phase is coming back. Getting a little feral
You're back
again.
Getting
in your anime
stronger.
era.
We're back in business, baby.
Anyway, if you're getting back in your anime era, you can tell us about it at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That is one the word, not the number. Do you still use Twitter? We're also on there. We are at One Episode Cast. I haven't been on Twitter in
Please
so long.
please follow us so you can actually see us tweet because the For You tab is going to become inoperable in
Yeah.
the middle of May.
You have to you gotta follow us and then you'll
It will, there will be nothing in there but white supremacists with 30 followers.
you gotta you'll see our little
And yeah,
episodes.
you'll have and you'll have no way to know when we watch a weird show and want to talk about it.
No way to know when we've met a little gremlin.
Mhm.
That ever happened to y'all? I think it's happened to me a couple of times. You wake up
Met a
and
little
there's a little
gremlin.
goblin there.
Yeah, yeah. Last time I went to Florida, even.
Stop it.